I have heard 4 cassettes of Osho. One was love, one was guilt, one was pain, and one was death. That's it. That's the beginning and ending of anything spiritual that I have read, heard, or whatever. Whatever I speak from, whatever you're hearing me speak is what my own experience is. Whatever shit I have gone through in my life. So what Osho said, what I want to say to you, is that to go beyond something, you have to go through it. So if you tell somebody you want to be a priest, you got to become celibate. He's dead. The biggest sex scandals come out of the Vatican. I wonder if you know that. And that's how it is. You tell somebody, stop this, and it's a death sentence for them. People who want to eat non-veg, who love non-veg, you tell them to stop non-veg, it's a death sentence for them. They'll hate it. Every day they will hate it. They will stay in that monastery, they will stay in that temple, and they will keep hating it every day. What you do is come to that point with mindfulness. When you become aware of who you are and what you want to be, just by that mindfulness of what you do every day, you come to that point that slowly and steadily, you stop doing the wrong things that you do. Let me give you an example about the mindlessness and what I mean by mindfulness. Let me give you one example. When you want to see a horror film, where do you go? You go to a theater. When I want to see a horror film, do you know where I go? I go to a restaurant. I look at tables around me and I look what everyone is eating and how they are eating it. And it's a nightmare for me. Forget about other people's table, even people I am sitting with, even the people who are sitting with me. I have to literally control myself like this to stop telling them, don't combine this with that. Don't drink water with your food. Because people don't like to hear it. When they're not ready for it, they don't like to hear it. So why should I be the one telling them? I tried it in the beginning. I tried giving the gyan. And I realized that unless they are ready for it, they're not going to listen to you. One of my most loyal students, she comes for every retreat of mine. She doesn't miss a single class of mine. The first time in my retreat I saw her eat, I said, what are you doing? She said, what happened? I said, you have watermelon, and there was mango season, and you have a mango next to it, and then you have food, you have bhaji, and then you have roti. I said, it's all in the same plate. She said, so? I said, it's not supposed to be combined. She said, oh, what should I do? I said, decide what you want to eat, and then go with that family. There's a subject called food combination. If I start talking about it, the whole lecture will get over there right now. So what you do is you go home and Google food combination, food combining. It's one of the most important things for you to know. People make a disaster of their health by combining the wrong food with. I have seen people combine food which are, forget people. I go to the International Yoga Festival in Rishikesh, and you remember the restaurant Office, and you go to Office where all the yogis of the world come, the biggest yoga teachers of the world, the most famous ones, the most successful ones, and they go to this place and they order a fruit salad. On top of the fruit salad, there's yogurt, and then there's muesli on top. They say, have, they're telling me, have, it's so healthy. I said, Satnam, it's not. It's not healthy at all. If your body type is pitta, which a lot of these Western people have, their body type is pitta, then fortunately for you, you are able to digest it for now. But it's a disaster. There are people who say, oh, I'm having a fruit salad. I'm not having pizza, I'm not having this, I'm having a fruit salad. So you rather have the pizza. Because a fruit salad where you combine X, Y, Z fruits from different families. Now what is the family? A papaya is a pulpy fruit, right? An orange is a citric fruit. They don't go together. Melons don't match with anything at all. You have to have them independently. Being mindful is knowing what you are doing to your body at any given point of time. What fabric are you wearing? The fabric that you wear, if it is not organic, if it is not natural, if it is man-made, that fabric can give you cancer. Do you know that? But people wear it. They're not mindful. They don't think about it. You wear cottons. You wear something tight. you want to do fashion, you want to look slim. You're not slim, but you want to look slim. So that if you're wasted 32 or 30, then you think, oh, okay, let's wear 29. Thoda tight pehenenge to pet andar dikhega. You're blocking all your nerves, which are, the whole nervous system is getting blocked. There's not enough blood supply going to your brain now. What are you doing to yourself? Spirituality is not giving up anything, it's just being aware and knowing what you do, so that when you do it with that awareness. And start correcting. With these little bit of correction that you start making in your life today, over a period of time, these small corrections automatically make you want to give up the bigger things one by one, one by one, one by one. And you come to that beautiful space where you become beautiful. I know, I mean, I have a wife. I know people, women spend on an average an hour at the beauty parlor every week. Why? Because they want to look good. But if you meet somebody who spent 7 hours, 7 days of the week, every hour of the week in the parlor, does that guarantee that she'll become beautiful? No. There are people who spend lakhs of rupees on cosmetic surgery who don't look beautiful. In fact, they look uglier. Sometimes. The point is, beauty is never about the physicality of you. It's never about the appearance. It's never about what you've done to your hair, who the designer is. People get attracted to you or not attracted to you because of your soul, because of your aura. You can have a zero aura, no aura. Or you can have an aura which is a kilometer long. So just to give you an example, there can be 2 people in this room, and somebody walks in, and nobody will notice, none of those 2 people will notice that person. There can be 1,000 people in this room, and somebody walks in, and everybody looks at that person. That person has an aura. So my friend is the managing director of one of the top 5 companies of India, and she was ranked as one of the top 20 most powerful women in India by India Today. And she was going for this training program, which she had organized for her whole company. I said, what are you doing? What are you training them for? He said, Philip Kotler. He's a guru of marketing management. I said, hey? How does it help you? She said, it helps you to become a better salesperson. You can sell better. Your team becomes more. I said, it's all bullshit. When somebody walks in for that meeting, your soul has already decided whether it wants to do business with that soul or not. Now, if you override that decision out of your intelligence, at some point you will always say, I had a gut feeling about that guy and I shouldn't have done business with him. Has it happened to you? So, when that person has walked in, your soul has already decided. This person we should do. When I got up to speak, you knew that whether you should hear me or whether I'm going to waste your time. You knew it. And that's how souls work. Souls are more intelligent than we are. So because of that, we devised an entire corporate training program as to how to make people expand their souls. How do you expand your aura? You can do that. You can, with knowledge and with awareness and with mindfulness, expand your aura. And a lot of it comes from Kundalini Yoga. That's what I teach. Cleaning the aura. What is the whole thing about aura shrinking? Why does it shrink? It shrinks with your bad experiences. It shrinks with your pain. It shrinks with your anger. It shrinks with jealousy. And when it's shrunk, it's shrunk. You cannot glow after that. You cannot radiate. You say, oh, you're glowing so much. You're glowing because you're beautiful from the inside. When you're beautiful from the inside, you look beautiful from the outside. And that's how it works. Okay, time to take some questions now. Preguntas. Anybody has any questions? And don't feel shy to ask. We're all here for the same purpose. That's a very good question. See, what happens is all the other forms of yoga bored the hell out of me. You go to a class, and the thing is, from my mentality, because I was so angry, I was so impatient, right? I had no patience to do it. It works. I mean, that's good for you. It's good for your body for sure. We have one of the most amazing teachers right here with us. But for somebody like me, it couldn't get my anger out. And because my anger wouldn't come out, the body was stiff. As I told you, your body stores the negative emotions. Anger is stored around the hip area, right? So, just to show you, I couldn't even bend so much. From here, I could come up to here. That's how tight I was. And that is after doing yoga for like 15-20 years, I couldn't get that stiffness out of my body. And then with Kundalini yoga, in 2 months, because the anger came out. I went to this party. I had my friend who was with me who's been playing poker with me for the last 10 years. He's standing there. I was standing here. After 15 minutes, I had to tell him, I said, Gaurav. And he looked at me and said, shit. I said, what happened to you? I said, what do you mean? He said, your face. What happened to your face? That's what happened. The whole face changed in 2 months. All is 2 months. So coming back to your question, Kundalini yoga is different from normal yoga in the sense that normal yoga is good for your digestive system. It's good for the flexibility to just maybe, just to keep the limbs working, whatever. Kundalini yoga is good for your soul. It's a soul detox. We know about body detox. We know we go to Jindal and we do this, we do that, and we have a fast. We want a fruit diet. We do a body detox. What we don't know is we need a soul detox, and that is more important than a body detox. And there's a lot of chanting that happens, a lot of mantras, and some stuff which is a little bit difficult. It doesn't matter to me, because for me, what gain I have after doing that difficult stuff today, and what I see the benefits all over the world. Today Kundalini yoga is ranked as the second most popular yoga after Yin yoga. Hatha has become third most popular. I don't know if you know that. Kundalini yoga is now the second most popular yoga. If you go to Germany, half of Germany is doing Kundalini yoga right now. Sorry? Yin, Y-I-N, Yin yoga. It's very popular all over the world. It's number one right now. Okay, that's another really important question. Now, what really saved my life is not Kundalini yoga. Kundalini yoga happened to me after my life was saved. I would have died. When I had high cholesterol, the doctor told me that your cholesterol is so high that I can't believe you're alive. I've never seen a case with such high cholesterol. So I said, what do? I got scared. Obviously I got scared. I said, what do? He wrote me a prescription. I said, okay, I'll take it. I said, how many times a day? He said, once a day, every night. I said, well, how long I have to take it? He looked at me and said, for the rest of your life. Like, as if, like idiot, for the rest of your life. And I just took the prescription in front of him, I tore it. He said, what are you doing? I said, I will die, but I will not get hooked onto allopathy like this for the rest of my life. I said, I will die. I said, no problem. And then that, along with the arthritis, when I found out about Ayurveda and what it does to you, my whole life changed. For me, standing here, being able to talk to you about Kundalini yoga and spirituality and mindfulness and everything is because of Ayurveda. It's one of the most beautiful gifts from India to the rest of the world. If you know your body type, your whole life changes. Because then, anytime you have any problem, Mr. Google is there. Just go to Mr. Google and say, I'm Vata and I'm having this problem right now. What do I do, Mr. Google? Mr. Google tells you, stop having tuvar dal, you idiot. Stop doing this. It's because that's what I did. That's how I got it. When I was an actor, if I was shooting in Juhu, Shatrughan Sinha's wife, Poonam Sinha, she, Anju Mahendru, and I had one Sindhi friend. From 3 families, I used to get Rajma. Every time. They knew I loved Rajma. And Bengan Bharta. That's it. And both are gas. Gas is Vata. Vata is arthritis. So you have people in my class, oh, today my back is gone. I said, did you have tuvar dal last night? How do you know? I said, you tell me your problem, I'll tell you what you ate. You tell me what you ate, and I will tell you what problems you will have. It's so easy. Which is another very important aspect of mindfulness. Being mindfully aware of what your body type is. Are you a Pitta body type? Are you Kapha? Are you Vata? Then you know why you have the problems you have. And becomes so easy to rectify. Today I don't have arthritis at all. At all. And I have cured hundreds of people with arthritis. And doctor says not curable. Huh? I cured mine, cured hundreds of other people.
What are the 5 basic steps you would suggest the audience here which will bring them closer to spirituality in day-to-day life? And also I wanted to ask you, Bijay, you mentioned about while discussing about several bad experiences and all. Isn't it spirituality about there's nothing like bad? It's our own stories which makes it bad or good. And each experience nourishes us and makes us who we are.
Exactly. Everything bad that happened to me in my life, all the tears that I had in my childhood, all the pain that I went through, if you ask me today, would you want to take the pain out of the equation? Do you wish you had a happier life? I swear to God, no. You're right. All the pain that we are going through, it's geared to give you a lesson and to make you more spiritual. Now what happens is, now the problem is what? The problem is that when you are in that tunnel of pain, imagine yourself, pain is a tunnel, dark, it's scary. A lot of people have tunnel phobia, you know that. You're in that tunnel and everything looks so dark and depressing and gloomy. Spirituality is knowing that there is light on the other side, that you need to have strength of character, you need to have caliber, and that there is light on the other side. And by being good, by being a good human being, you will go through it. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't use that pain. As you said, you can evolve with spiritually. It can be a good thing. We don't use that pain to grow and evolve. We get lost in the tunnel. Something happened to me in my childhood. Until the time I have died, I have been in that tunnel. I have met people like that. I got abused as a child. And then for the rest of your life, you were in that tunnel. You never came out of that tunnel. The amount of tunnels I have gone through, if I start recounting them, the point is I knew that I was good. I never hurt anyone, I never cheated anyone, I never wanted 1 rupee that didn't belong to me. I have been as honest as a human being and a businessman can possibly be in his entire life. And that strength of conviction has taken me through any tunnel that has come in front of me. And that's what we all need to do. The purity of your thought, the beauty of your mind is the most powerful weapon that you have to go through anything that you can possibly go through. No matter how big the problem, however big your loss, and I have seen some huge losses for other people. I have students coming to me and telling me their stories where my heart is cracked. But even with such situations, even in such times of despair and grief, your goodness, the goodness of your heart, the kindness of your heart, the compassion of your heart, and the love that you have inside of you, it can take you across to the other side. And again, that's what spirituality is all about, being good.
Can you please tell us how Kundalini Yoga is done?
How it's done?
Yeah.
With the beautiful clothes you all are wearing in this air-conditioned atmosphere, and we will see if we can squeeze something of a short meditation later on. I have no idea what time it is.
And what are the health benefits?
Health benefits. I'll tell you the health benefits, very interesting. So at the same International Yoga Festival that I experienced my first class, there was an Iyengar yoga teacher called Manuso Manos from San Francisco. Now for any student of Iyengar yoga, which I am, Manuso is God. Finished. After Iyengar, number 2 in the world is Manuso Manos. His class was at 9:30 in the morning. Oh, that's where I was. 9:30 in the morning was also Gurmukh's class for Kundalini Yoga. I don't care. I'm an Iyengar student. I don't know what Kundalini is. I don't want to know. I want to Manuso Manos. So at 8:30, 1 hour before, I would roll out my mat right in the front so that my guru was in front of me, right in front, and for 1 hour I would wait for him. But for those 6 days, I watched a gang, I call them a gang, of 150 people, all wearing white clothes, And even the men looking like angels. Glowing, shining skin, white eyes. What's happening here? So I asked one of them and said, can I speak to you for a minute? And she's my best friend, by the way. Was she there? Marika was there in Goa? Marika? Yeah. So she's coming again. So Marika, she became my best friend later, but I asked her, I said, can I ask you a question? She said, what? I said, do they audition you before taking you in the class? Do they say, send me a photo first? If you're good looking, then we will take you, otherwise we will not take you. She started laughing. She said, no. She said, try it, then you'll understand what we're talking about and what we're doing. Because 150 people, all looking like angels, all looking happy. Happy people, you can look at them and make up that they're happy, they glow. He said, try it. And that's when that experience happened to me. I said, okay. One day, the 7th day, the last day, I sacrificed my Manusa Manos. And I went for the Kundalini Yoga class. And as I said, left hand on the heart, started crying. I had glowing skin. And then I had my answer. And that's, again, the whole point of crying, the whole point of tears is to take the heat out of the body, take those emotions out of the body. People who glow are cool-headed, they're cool. There is a coolness about it. There is a sattva, sattvikta. With anything that generates tamas, like non-vegetarian food, alcohol, anger, jealousy, whatever generates heat in the body, all of these emotions, all of these kind of food, all of these kind of activities generate heat in the body. The heat converts your body into acidic, and that acid form of the thing takes away your glow. Makes you look like a chiku which has been kept outside for a week, basically. Sorry? How do you?
Explain karma.
Okay, explain. Explain? Yeah, because one of the aspects of mindfulness is the consequence of your action in context to another human being and in context to nature. What do you do? And how it, because of your action, what is the impact of that on nature? For example, today morning I had a big argument with my housekeeping. So I'll tell you that I told my housekeeping where I'm staying in the hotel that I don't want my bed sheets changed every day. Because when you change it every day, you have to put it in the water, you have to waste water, you have to waste soap, and that soap is being manufactured, which is creating an environmental disaster. Then it's being used, and then that soap, the effluence of that is going to go somewhere which is not going to be good. So I don't want it to be washed every day. So just because of that, I'm giving you that example. That whatever action that you do, the impact that your action has on the environment, the impact of what you have done on another soul, how you've hurt someone, if you have hurt someone, that is your karmic balance sheet. And it's not that my balance sheet has always been good. I have done some really stupid stuff. But the whole point of Kundalini Yoga is to go through the process of fire, to go through the Tapovan, so that you release your karmic debt because of the pain that you go through at that moment of that meditation. What? You have to want to release. You cannot not want to release your karmic, whatever is there in your karmic balance sheet, you have to want to clear that. I had a negotiation with an interior decorator 25 years ago as an art dealer. She had cheated my friend of lakhs of rupees, my best friend, and when we were doing the negotiation, I allowed a negotiation while doing the final accounts of 25,000 to go in my favor. I said, no, this is what you owe me. She said, okay, fine. 8 years ago, I called her up. She said, who's speaking? I said, Bijay Anand. She said, who? I said, you remember we did Mr. Bhakchanka's house and I gave you those 6 paintings? She said, yeah, where have you been? You know, I'm doing this house, I need paintings. I said, no, I didn't call you for that. Can you give me your address? She said, why? I said, I have to send you something. She said, what? I said, you know that negotiation that we had, it's there on my mind that maybe, I'm not sure, maybe I took the 25,000 which didn't belong. She said, are you mad? I said, no. I really want to send it. And I sent it to her. Your karmic balance sheet, your karmic book, you know about it. Your soul knows about it. And by virtue of that, that is what your aura is. A clean aura is an aura which is devoid of anything, any black spots. Everything wrong that you do creates a black spot on your aura. The more black spots you have, the more unattractive you are.
Can you please tell us what exactly is Kundalini Yoga?
Kundalini Yoga is the science of awareness. It's the science of doing a morning sadhana, a practice every day, usually and ideally at 4:30 in the morning, but 5 or 5:30 or whatever it is, that you do every day, so that by virtue of that practice you keep cleaning your aura, to the level that at the end of it you realize the truth that you are God. There's no God outside. Try jumping in the river and saying, God help me, God help me, God help me. See what will happen. See what will happen when you go bankrupt and say, God, God help me. See what happens. Is any suitcase coming from some temple to you? No, it's not going to happen. What will help you at any given point of time, in any crisis, in any moment of difficulty, is the God inside of you. When you have invoked that, when you have come to that awareness of that, when you come to your true nature. People ask me, my director asked me today morning, he said, do you know what you're going to talk about? I said, no, at this Ficci thing. He said, do you know what you're going to talk about? I said, I have no idea. He said, aren't you nervous? I said, for what? Am I going to that lecture because I want to be famous? Am I going to that lecture because I want to be rich? Or am I going to that lecture because I want to help people? If my intention of coming here is to help people, then why should I be nervous? Why should I be scared of, or why should I spend 3 days trying to prepare what I'm going to talk about? I have no idea. Even now I don't know what I'm going to talk about for the next 20 minutes. Your intention, niyat, is part of your karmic, the whole karmic theory. Your intention that you have for doing anything in your life sets the pace for what you are, and what success you will have in your life is whatever you want. What is your intention? When I am going to do business with someone, is it my intention that whatever money is there in his bank account should come in my bank account? Is my intention to cheat him? Is my intention to do... No, my intention is to give him the best experience that he's ever had dealing with any human being in his entire life. That is the only intention I have. I have had somebody who came to my retreat and had to wait at Goa airport for 15 minutes more than what she thought she would have to wait. No, the problem was that she knew that she had to wait for 15 minutes, but for those 15 minutes, nobody was there from my team to go and give her a bottle of water and to welcome her. When she landed at the hotel, she was upgraded to the suite. That is my intention. The perfection of your experience. And how can I go wrong? It is the most powerful time bomb that you have in your hand to rule your life. Once you understand this concept, you rule your life. What do you want? You want your children to listen to you? You want your husband to love you more? You want to be loved by more people? What do you want? You get your intentions right. You set that intention right. There's nothing that is impossible. Somebody asked me in my last interview, this magazine from Holland, the Dutch magazine, she came down. She said, what is your goal? I said, world peace. She fell down from the chair. She said, you will achieve that. I said, why not? That's my intention. Why should my goal be that I will change the lives of 100 people in my life before I die? What is the intention? How pure it is and how powerful it is. And the more powerful it is, the more beautiful it is. The more help you get from the universe. The more beautiful people like Rekha and Pratibha come to you to put forward that intention in motion. I don't have to do anything. I didn't even ask for the role of Janak. I have been refusing acting roles for the last 17 years. After Pyar To Hona Hi Tha, I was offered 26 films. I said, no, I don't want to do acting anymore. I didn't care about being famous. I didn't care about signing autographs and getting my pictures clicked with random people for selfies or whatever. I didn't care about all that. So I left it. So why am I going back to it now? And how did it come to me? It came to me because of my intention of giving a spiritual experience to the world of what I have had before I die. And Janak is that. When I come in on the screen and I do Janak character, every word that comes out of my mouth is what I say in my class every day, which is why I took it. And how did it come to me? It came to me because of that intention of world peace. It came out of that intention of wanting to help out and reach out to more people. And becoming Janak, the publicity that it gets me helps me there. The more powerful your intention is, the more beautiful it is, the more help you will get. If your intention is to make sure that your elder sister and your younger brother don't get more inheritance from your father than you do, and that's your whole life, that's you are. This is your intention. And there are people caught in that misery. I have seen people dying with IBS, the irritable bowel syndrome. I've seen people get thyroid, diabetes. Why? Because the elder brother the dad bought a S-Class Mercedes-Benz for him, and he never gave me anything. Or he didn't give you anything. How does it matter? You have a 7 Series BMW anyway. What do you need that S-Class Mercedes for? And you shrivel, your aura shrivels, your life shrivels, and then you die. Spirituality is nothing but realizing that we live in the Matrix. The Matrix is the movie, there's a beautiful movie called The Matrix. Whoever's seen it and whoever's not seen it. The Matrix is what we have made our world to be. It's a fake world. I lived in that fake world my whole life, so I know what that world feels like. I could not wear anything that was not, forget designer. It ideally had to be a limited edition. Ideally it had to be on the ramp. That means if there are some shoes which you wear, okay, you wear a Gucci, everybody can wear. I had to wear Gucci shoes which were on the ramp. And again, coming to think of it, where I came from a space where I had to wait for my cousin brothers to get tired of their old clothes, and I had to tell them, look, there's a hole in that shirt. Why don't you give it to me? So from this point to that, to this, Fab India, Jindabad. This is the journey, a beautiful journey.
What's the basic difference between meditation and
Kundalini
Kundalini yoga?
Yoga encompasses Kriya, a way of life, mantras, chanting, and meditation. Meditation is only meditation.
Is
I've already suggested 50. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So the biggest mistake we make, one of the biggest mistakes Indians make in their life, I would say number one, is that we eat late. We eat at 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever it is. You have to eat early. Okay. Well, ideally 6:30. But now 6:30 you can eat so much. But that becomes 7, make it less. It becomes 7:30, make it this much. It becomes 8, make it this much. At 8:39 I eat 2 dates from Batil, and I have a little bit of milk and I go to sleep. So the first thing, most important thing. Now you will ask me, what does sleeping got to do with spirituality? And I'll come to that. The first thing you need to do in your life, and for Indians it's most relevant. Indians have I was there, so I know. We have a bizarre sense of eating timings. We think 9:30 is normal. You go to a restaurant at 8, even dogs are not barking over there. Right? So 6:30, 7, 7:30, 8. Just keep that ratio in mind. And the distance between, the time span between your eating your dinner and sleeping has to be, depending on how heavy you've eaten, a minimum of 2 hours. Everybody got that? So I have to give you 5 now. I have a 5-point agenda here. The second mistake we make in India is what time we sleep. We think sleeping after watching all the serials And I know some people who sleep at 4 and I ask them, what were you doing when I said bye to you at 11, between that time and 4 o'clock, what were you doing? Oh, nothing, I was surfing the TV. And this nice movie came up, Batman Begins, and I started watching it. And I became 4 o'clock. Because I saw one more movie after that. And that's the reason why he slept at 4. You have to sleep on time. You have to sleep on time. You have to sleep on time. I cannot emphasize, if I could say it 100 times more, I would say it 100 times. The more late you sleep, the more acid you create in the body, and the more you go away from glow and radiance. What do you mean on time? Ideally 10, 10:30, 11, not after that. And then ideally wake up on time. By virtue of when you sleep early, now this is amazing. When you sleep at 1 o'clock, you'll wake up at 10. How many hours you slept? My maths is not very good. 9 or 10? 9. But if you sleep at 12, you need 2 hours less sleep. If you sleep at 11, you'll need 3 hours less sleep. That means the quality of sleep that you get by sleeping early is so beautiful that you actually need less to be active and healthy. And by when you have that 11 hours of sleep, because you slept at 11 and you woke up at 12, I mean you sleep at 1 and you wake up at 12 next day, the whole day you'll be like a dead body. Even if you slept 11 hours. I sleep 4 hours or 5 hours and I'm fine. So that's number 2. 3, combine your foods well. Understand the meaning of food combination. Understand what it does, what disaster it can be and how beautiful it can be. What concept we have in India of chappan bhog, do bhaji, dal, dahi, gud, hey, ho, no, it's not good. What is the opposite of that? What is the direct contrast of that, which is even I can't follow? Just see what the Tibetans do. If they're eating carrots, they only eat carrots and they go to sleep. If they're eating a particular vegetable, they'll eat only the particular vegetable and they go to sleep. When you put it in your mouth, the body knows what enzyme, one kind of enzyme to give out, the bile, the stomach, the organ, everything else knows what to do, and everything gets processed so quickly and beautifully. It detoxes your system, it energizes your system, and you're fine. And when you put 50 things inside, you created yourself a disaster. So what is the first one? Eat on time. Eating on time. Second one was sleep on time. Third one was food combination. Fourth, you have to immediately, urgently know your body type. Your body type, as per Ayurveda. It's the most critically important thing for you as far as your health is concerned. You will realize that once you've been told by your Ayurvedic doctor that your body type is, for example, Vata, you will then know that why your muscles have been hurting in the morning. You will then know that why your skin has been white and flaky and dry. You will know why you have eczema. You will understand why you're going through what because of that body type. And it's so easy after that to just little bit modify your diet, modify your lifestyle, and you'll be fine. And the most important fifth thing that I will tell you is what brings me to this space is love. Understand the concept of love. Love is not about how much love you get in your life. It's never about that. Ever. It's never about that. Love is about how much love flows out from you and goes in every direction. So what Pratibha said earlier about you are nothing if not love. If you're not love, you're nothing. Whatever you think you are, that is in your mind. But if you're not a fountain of love, you are nothing. Your whole life is supposed to be that. You're supposed to be a fountain flowing with love in every direction. And if you're not that, there is something seriously wrong with the way you're living your life. You have to reset that. Reset yourself spiritually to get into that direction, get into that space where you flow with love. And the first 4 things related to health, how they're connected to spirituality, I'll tell you. I started writing a book on happiness called IISM. And I wrote the first few pages, and the whole book is ready in my head. I can write it like in 3 days. And I said, I stopped. I said, what am I doing? Unless people are healthy, they can never be happy. And unless people are healthy, and then by virtue of that become happy, only then they will find God. That's why my company's tagline is health, happiness, divinity. Become healthy first. That's your key to spirituality. You can never meditate, you can never ever become spiritually evolved if your body is dirty. Forget about it. Don't even try. It's a waste of time.